Neil, how do you go about getting a response after the last week?
Well, obviously, you know, there's no excuses. It's been a very disappointing week in terms of the results. Could take a little bit of positive out of the first half, I think, in the Mansfield game, but other than that, very little to take out of the week. So disappointing. I'm not happy at this moment in time with the way the two games have gone, but we have a chance on Saturday. It's a cup tie. It's different altogether. It's a one-off game, and you'd hope that the players who play in the game on Saturday want to put, certainly Saturday in the second half against Mansfield, they want to put that performance behind them.
When you're looking to climb away from the wrong end of the league, does this cup and trophy break come at the right or wrong time?
Of course, any wins you get, you'd rather than be in the league, because it's the points which is important. But you can never not say that the FA Cup isn't important, because it is important. It's a massive competition. I think it's a type of competition that can give everybody a lift, no matter how your league form's going. So we want to be in the FA Cup. We did well in the Oxford game to get into this position, and we've got to treat Saturday exactly as how we treated the Oxford game. And if you can progress and do well in the Cup, then it's got to have a positive effect on the league. I'm not one that you want to try and do well in the Cups as well.
We've spoken to you already about players coming in. Where are you at maybe with players going out, because we've seen reports about Jack Stubbs training back at Sheffield Wednesday?
There's, well, if there's loads of players that I'd willingly let go, but I'm faced with a situation where it's going to take time. It's going to take time to bring players in. It's going to take time for players to go out, and I'm well aware that the only thing that anybody's bothered about is results, and I don't think anybody's going to be bothered about personnel. It's all about everybody's looking at the scores. They look at results, but there is a big job here, a massive job in terms of changing the personnel around. But with loan players, if they're not playing in the team, they're not going to be playing, then obviously that's a situation which we can sort of have some control about, because they can then go back to the clubs, and then the clubs can then recall them in the January. So that's something I can control, but there's a lot of other situations that really are out of my hands.
How many conversations have you had with players about that maybe? Are they aware of whether or not they're a part of your plans?
I think you'd have to be, as a player, if you're not getting picked, there's always you're going to think, if I'm not getting picked, then I'm not wanted. But players always have a chance to change a manager's opinion, because we have reserve games, and we're desperate for some players to impress. They're there to train and to train properly, and you'd hope that they want to catch our eyes and get in the team. But there has to be changes in personnel. We're bottom of the league, or bottom 3 or 4 in the league, because we're not performing well enough, and we haven't done over the season.
Results like you've had, how much will that maybe prompt you to ring the changes Saturday going into the FA Cup?
Well, you can only ring changes if there's people who are going to come in and improve the team. It's not a I haven't got a magic wand. There's not you're working with the players, and the players, we've got to work with the players, and the players have got to do better. They've proved that when they've played to their maximum, then they can get results. When they don't play at their maximum, then it's not rocket science. They're not going to get results. So it's really simple. The players that we have and who get picked in the team have got to play to their best and their maximum to enable us to have any chance in any game. And if they don't do that, I'm afraid it won't be good enough.